Yo, what's up guys, I'm Nick from Produce School and today we're breaking down the sound of UK producer RIORDAN. He's one of the fastest rising stars in house music nowadays and started releasing only during COVID, and he's now already headlining shows across the US, the UK and Australia, with his performance at Coachella now really showing that he's playing at the highest level possible. At this point he already has more than 1.3 million monthly listeners and had a Beatport #1 hit with his track Needle on the record. It's really interesting that his rise wasn't really built on only one particular sound, as he draws inspiration from house, UK garage, breakbeat and many more genres. However, there's always a signature sound that makes his tracks really recognizable, which is really cool in my opinion. Today I'm going to break down his signature sound and show you how you can make it yourself using our new pack Pressure, which is our latest minimal and tech house sample pack. And if you want to check out all the details on that, head over to the link in the description. And right now let's dive into the video. We're starting off with the main bass, and this bass immediately shows you that he also draws a lot of inspiration from the UK garage sound, as this bass sounds like this. Really filthy Reese type bass, which is also really common in that genre. So let's lay down a bass pattern. You can keep this quite minimalistic, like you don't really need a really funky groovy bass line. You really just need something simple and effective. Let's turn on the metronome to get a bit of a better feel. By the way, the BPM of this project is 132, so relatively fast. So this would already work. Later on you're going to layer it with other sounds as well that define the groove a little bit more. But this is just the base layer to start off. As you can see, for the processing part I would just put some sidechain and roll off a little bit of the high end. And most of it already happens inside of the patch itself. So first of all you have this Reese wavetable with two voices of unison, giving that kind of detuned touch. And then there is a sine wave pitched up 7 semitones to get that perfect fifth, as well as some noise. Just envelope 1 on the standard settings. And then as you can see, most of the processing already really happens in here. So first of all you have a soft saturation, then a multiband compressor, then a bit crush, and after that an overdrive. And this really gives you that squashed, filthy touch to it. As you can see, there is a bandpass on the overdrive and it's controlled here by this macro, so it's just slightly on like 30%. Then a utility to make sure the bass is in mono. This is kind of a really important step. And lastly, just a little tweak into EQs to get rid of a little bit of the highs and boost a little bit of the lows, and that stacked together gives you that really fat sound. Layered with a kick that sounds like this. Really thumpy fat kick. Next up we want to add a top lead slash bass, and for that I'm going to use this bass called Bass Rhodes, which is a Moog inspired 5th bass. As you can see, we utilized all the oscillators to really get that fat analog sound. Also, all the voices of unison are set to 1, and any detune that's there comes from this LFO routed to the fine tune right here. Then as you can see, oscillator A is pitched down 1 octave, oscillator B is also pitched down 1 octave but set to +7 semitones, creating the perfect fifth. And then oscillator C is pitched down 2 octaves, and this gives you a really wide range, and that's why the sound is so full. Then envelope 1 is shaped like this, so it's going down pretty quickly, and envelope 1 is even shorter, and this is the envelope that's manipulating the Moog filter right here. A little bit of resonance to make it just a little bit more funky. and some white noise. And then here in the fix section, there is a little bit of chorus. Don't get confused with the mix being down, since this is manipulated right here from the macro section. So that's set to like 38%. Then there is a little bit of delay, just a really short 1/16 delay, set to ping pong mode, kind of creating that more wide effect. Some bit crush, which is really commonly used in this kind of sound. Some reverb and a high pass filter to roll off really the lowest frequencies. Then first of all, there's an EQ that really boosts a lot of the mid and treble frequencies right here, while doing a subtle cut in the low area. Then I applied reverb, so like set to 1.5 seconds and 40% wet level. And lastly, there's one more low cut that's a little bit more hard. And then we can simply copy this into this sound. And then we can add some accent notes in between. So for example, the first part, you can leave it really similar to the bass. And then here you have room to maybe add some variation. I think something like this works. Let's listen to it now in context with the kick in a loop to see how that last one hits. And those together really form your main element of the track already. Next you want to add a top lead or plug, and in this case I'm using lead spacer, which is a really simple saw preset with some filtering. So like one of the most basic sounds you can think of, with some processing again. So a little filter to roll off the sharpest part of the sound, some bit crushing, a delay, some tube to give it just a little bit more grit, and a tiny bit of reverb. And then let's listen to it in the full context and make some kind of really simple top melody, maybe even on one note. Playing around with the length of these notes is a pretty nice way to, even though it's all the same note, add some variation to it. I think something like this could work. When I change the melody on this, it gets maybe a little bit too complex, like not really complex, but the key of these kind of tracks is actually the simplicity. Maybe something like this. Next, I want to add a sound that's really like Chris Tushy-ish, and it sounds like this. And it's made out of samples, the Aquapad samples right here, and one of them is layered as a perfect fifth. It's less loud than the regular sample though. Layered with a saw wave with 4 voices of unison. Some bit crush again, reverb and a phaser. And with this we're really just going to accentuate something. I think we could even only do it here. On this lead, just a little bit of EQing with a low cut. And that's about it. All the processing already happening inside of the preset. Lastly, one simple plug that we can put on some kind of offbeat to add just a little bit more rhythm already, which is this plug called Freak. And it's a plug where the velocity right here modulates the FM amount as well as the filter amount. So the harder I press a note, which allows you to get pretty creative with it. So it's a sine wave with FM modulation from a saw wave right here. For the rest, there's nothing going on there. And it's layered with this 4 partials all combos wavetable, which is more of a digital FM wavetable. And that one is pitched up 1 octave to act as the higher layer. Then there is the noise section right here with just some white noise. As you can see, envelope 1 is shaped really plucky, and it's not modulating the filter at all. That's just being done by the velocity. For the FX, there's some chorus, delay on a 1/8 normal regular mode, so no ping pong at all. Bit crush again, as you can see, it's basically on every sound. It just gives a bit more of that old school character. Some reverb, a compressor, a little bit less high end with this equalizer, and a phaser. And this preset is also in the pack. Let's play the kick with it, so we can see what kind of note kind of complements it. I think now this kind of interacts well with the top lead that we have here. And then here we could play around a little bit with this, just slight variation. Now you want to layer it with a set of groovy yet minimalistic drums, and for that I have chosen a few samples. First of all, this top loop, which already defines the groove basically. And then layered with another clap to just make it hit a little bit harder. As you can hear, also this top loop already has that kind of offbeat rims that kind of sound a bit garagey as well. Then a filler loop. The pack is full of these kind of loops, which really give that more raw, dirty character. It's mostly sampled breakbeat stuff, then heavily processed again. Percussion loop, basically a shaker, another open head, but then a little bit shorter, another raw filler loop, and a crash. And then basically you have your set of drums ready for this. So let's see what that sounds like in context. So then fully arranged, it would look like a real typical house arrangement. I've added some ambience that really adds more of that vinyl noise and grit to the background. And then you just slowly start to introduce your drums at first. And this can keep going for a while, like it gives room also to mix in this tune with another track. Then the transitions are quite interesting. A lot of the times it's crashes, snares, and in this case, for example, I added a backspin. As you can see, the open head in the intro is faded out a little bit, which makes it way shorter. And this is a way you can also use it on kicks. I will show it right here. Like if you do this, you also, without actually putting an EQ on it, kind of reduce all the low end from it, which is another cool trick to use if you're making house music. And then here you see it opens up. And it's just one of the subtle ways that you can create variation without ever overcomplicating it. So some down filters and then bringing in the bass. Then here you slowly start to introduce some elements such as the top lead. Then here it gets interesting because it turns more into a break, and for that I layered it with a vocal loop, a sequence loop, which is a really spacey, bubbly kind of sound, a high string, which really adds the tension so people know something is coming. more vocals with some delay automation on it.
Step one, get on the beat. Step one, get on the beat. Step two, move your feet. Step three, feel the heat. Step four, just move to the beat.
So as you can see, there is a snare fill right here that plays all the way throughout this pre-drop hook right here, as well as a kick fill, which is like really commonly used. However, for that there's an automation right here. So the kick starts with a low cut and then there's more low end towards the drop. And then throughout the drop, you should also play around with when you want to play elements and when you want to leave them out. So you don't give away everything you created right away. Because otherwise, if you already introduce everything at once, then you start adding more throughout the track, which kind of clutters it. So try to keep it then minimal and then you bring back certain elements or you leave them out. And that's basically it for this video today. I will now show you guys what the full end result sounds like. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of a track in this style. We're also planning to do longer format videos, so like 1 hour videos from scratch in multiple minimal house styles that are popular right now. But I hope a video like this already gives you a little bit of a better understanding of the elements and how they are structured in a track like this, even though it's a little bit of a shorter format. The project file with all its sounds are also in our pack Pressure, and if you want to check that out, head over to the link in the description or click over here. And any support on our packs is always greatly appreciated. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for videos you want to see next, leave it in the comments down below. And without further ado, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys in the next video.